Today we will talk about a dramatic, romantic, and mysterious movie. The title of the movie is Killing Me Softly. Before we start, don't be stingy with subscribing and liking so that you can receive everything new and help our channel spread and develop. The movie starts with Alice, who is a beautiful girl from the states of Indiana, and she loved the plains and the big mountains. Unfortunately, she did not find these things in the United States. She had no friends or family. So she decided to go to London, and this was difficult for her at first, but she met Jake and her life changed completely, and she had a romantic and sweet relationship. And the two of them began to feel more comfortable with each other. On the other hand, Alice found a new job in a famous company, and this thing ruined Alice's life. It was successful. And one day Alice was saying goodbye to Jake at the subway station, and something unexpected happened while she was waiting in the pedestrian walkway. She accidentally touched the hand of a strange young man. This man was able to charm Alice with his handsomeness, and she could not take her eyes off him. She was so nervous that she wanted to forget to go to her office, and then it happened. She always thought about the strange young man, and she knew that he had gone to the bookstore on the street. So she decided to go there during her lunch break until she met him. She looked at the window and saw him, and the young man also saw him. He approached her, and they exchanged glances. The young man called her into a taxi, and she was unable to restrain herself while the woman was in the car. Began to think. She doubted her decision and thought about leaving. But she did not leave and went to this young man's house, and a romantic relationship began between them, and then she left Al and went to Al-Jik as well. And a romantic relationship began between them, but Al-Sass knew that Al-Jik would no longer make her happy after that day, and he left. On the second morning, Cass was on her way to work, and she was excited to see the young man. She saw the race, and I wish she would see it again, but this thing did not happen. She saw the picture of the man hanging in the store and knew that his name was Adam, and he was the hero who saved two tourists from a cliff and from the mountain a few years ago. The owner of the store wrote about this thing, and he is also a friend of Adam, and she decided not to ride. She drove and went to meet Adam a second time. She was excited and spent hours with him. Adam was happy with that book, but he did not feel proud because most of what was said was not true, and that Adam was unable to save everyone and was unable to save the person he cherished so much. Alice confessed that she had a lover, but Adam did not object. As long as the two of them felt comfortable with each other, then Alice separated from Jake and went to Adam's apartment. But she met a second daughter at the door, and this thing surprised Alice because she did not know that Adam had a second daughter, and her name was Deborah. It turned out that Deborah was Adam's sister, and Alice felt comfortable, and Deborah understood her brother's feelings and gave Alice the address of the place. Adam and Al went quickly to meet him. But Adam was not home, and she found him waiting for her near the house. They comforted each other and returned home. In the morning, one of the journalists visited Adam and wanted to interview him about the book that talks about his courage, which he moved from a high place of 6 kilometers. Then they went to the climbing center. Deborah helped Al's put on the climbing equipment, and it was clear that Adam was unsure and kept checking Al's equipment as if he had no confidence in his sister. Then Al met her friend Sylvia, and Al started talking with pride about the positive changes that had happened in her life, and she told her, Jake, his heart is broken because of you, because you broke up with each other, but okay. She pays attention to this talk and knows that she is satisfied with one man. Then Alice and Sylvia decided to go to the market and were robbed by an unknown thief. He took Al's trunk, and Adam saw this thing and started chasing the thief and was able to force him to the phone booth. Sylvia noticed the amount of love between Al and Adam and the feelings that existed between them, and Adam asked to marry Al. A few hours before the wedding, Alice received an anonymous message. This message was a warning and warned her not to trust Adam. After that, the wedding took place in the family church, and they started walking on the mountain happily. Adam started taking a romantic picture of Alice. Adam grabbed a gun and tried to intimidate Alice. It turned out that this gun was an acoustic pistol, nothing more. During the Alice was suffering from poor physical fitness, and Adam tried to make her continue, and this thing was part of the surprise. Then she received a second anonymous message. And it turned out that this message was a threat from Jake. Ace called Jake and found out that she was in a relationship with Jake, and her best friend, Sylvia, and Palm saw. They attended a climbing party together with Adam. She felt that this was not her place because of the attention that Adam was receiving, and he forgot about her and went to the bathroom. Deborah tried to help her relax and gave her a gold necklace. Then, one of the reporters called Alice while she was working and told her about a letter from an unknown source. The message said that Adam had taken a girl named Michelle by force for a long time, and the woman wanted to know. If this thing is true, then Alsace went to Albania and became a reporter and said, "Oh, Michelle." After she heard Michelle's story, Alsace knew that there was no evidence of this thing, and she thought that Michelle had voiced this story on a mod who was making some money. Then Alice received a reporter from the magazine and said to him, "Alice, tell me about what happened." What she knew about Michelle Wallace was that she did not know that Adam was following her. And in the end Alice discovered that she did not know Adam well and knew him only about the means of writing and books because he did not tell her any personal information about him. Alice remembered that there was a locked storeroom and she found the key and opened it and discovered letters from a married woman named Adele who was on the phone. "A relationship with you, Adam," and she tried to hide the evidence before Adam arrived home. On the second day, Adam told Lisa about her meeting and told her, "You didn't tell me about your meeting with Michelle." It turned out that there was love between Adam and Michelle, but Adam did not let her benefit from this love. Then Klaus came and informed Adam about an upcoming TV program. When he left, she decided not to look for the key to the storeroom. She discovered that the key had disappeared. She found a letter containing blood-stained thermal bandages, like the ones Adam had used on the wedding night. She decided to find out more about Adam's past and searched for Idel. She met Idel's mother and told her, "My daughter is missing. She is 8 months old." She found a photo of his hands. She was naked and looked like the picture of her that Adam had taken of her. After that, Alice returned home and Adam was watching her and did not trust her. Adam decided to tie the clothes to the table and forced her to confess everything. She tried not to escape from the window or the bathroom. She went to the police and told them that Adam had killed women. The investigator was asking about the evidence. Therefore, Adam was not arrested, and the policeman reported his wife missing at the station. He noticed Adam's aggressive behavior, and the police decided to detain Adam for a period of time. Alice decided to go to Debo, who had complained about Adam and feared that he was carrying climbing equipment, and he decided to inspect the equipment in the church. Alice thought that Adam was a bad person, and he killed women and stopped there, and she wants to inform the police and put him in prison. But Adam returned home and saw something broken, some pictures, and learned that his wife and sister had left and decided to chase them. Deborah says, "I was sending messages without a name and I tried to help Alice. And when they arrived at their destination, they started digging near an angel statue. And they found Adele's body and something golden, and here she started to shock him and said, 'Deborah, I was young and had a romantic relationship, Adam, in this place, and I loved Adam. And I was the one who killed Adele and France, and you will be the next victim.' Meanwhile, Adam arrived and tried to prevent his sister from killing his wife, and hit her in the face. Deborah tried to kill Adam so that anyone could take Adam from her, but Alice shot Deborah and saved Adam, and the next day the police came and arrested Adam and Alice. And the two of them did not trust each other for 2 years, and then they saw each other by chance at the airport, and the two of them loved each other after that. But they knew that they would never be together, and fate had not destined for them to be together again, and the look of love was clear on them. But what happened happened and they moved away from each other, and everyone saw their way in the end. And here is the end of the movie. I hope you like the movie. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and we will see you in the next movies.